Welcome back, everybody, to the Kalispell Warhawk Dynasty. It's great to be right on time today. I beat the lates. Might as well end the stream right here. It's only downhill from there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Dynasty once again. We are about to embark on our 12th offseason in this series, which is pretty wild to think about how much we have done in this series over like 3 years of real time. Obviously, we have pretty much done everything there is to do with Kalispell, but we're going to have 1 or 2 more seasons as we wrap the series up. It's been a fun series, but definitely I'm looking ahead to doing some new things in the future. But for now, at least, we're not quite finished with the Kalispell Warhawks. Pretty nice 10-year run here, not bad. A lot of conference championships, bowl game victories, national titles. But we're going to do some new things this year. Yeah, I'll miss the series when it's gone as well, but I think we'll be okay. But welcome, everybody. Off-season number 12. I still can't get over that. Can I do a Buccaneers-style series in MLB.20? I don't know what I'm doing on MLB The Show yet. I'm getting the game. I'll play it. I'll probably stream it. As far as a Twins-like series, I don't know yet because I really want to get the most out of the Broncos series. And Kalispell's not quite done yet, so what do you do there in that scenario? I have a lot to figure out the next few weeks about what I want to do for baseball, because I surely want to play it. I'm excited for baseball season and everything else. Yeah, Out of the Park is coming out. I didn't play last year. I may get back into it this season. Can I play Fortnite? I physically cannot play Fortnite, no. Oh, we'll have Stanford on the schedule, Greg. Don't worry. I played Fortnite. I remember when the BR was announced, I was like, okay. Like, I was really interested in, like, the concept of, like, 100 people dropping in and then, you know, last man standing type of deal. And I don't play PC, so it's not like I played PUBG when that was big. I think I was always waiting on H1Z1 to finally get going, and then Fortnite kind of beat him to the console punch. And I just didn't like the building, the jumping, the shooting. There's not a whole lot else to like if I don't like those things. I like the graphics, I guess. I like the art style. Do I still want to hang out with Guy Fieri? Absolutely. He would tell me all the good spots to hit up in Texas. Save me some time figuring it out myself. When I consider playing Alabama, well, here's what I'm thinking about. We are going to have a hybrid schedule this year. I talked about this in the member stream yesterday, but we are going independent. That's been decided, but we're going to have kind of a hybrid schedule. Part of it's going to kind of throw back to the past years of Kalispell, and then we're going to have a new half of the season that is very different. So what I'm planning on doing is taking 2 to 3 teams from the Mountain West, putting them on the schedule, taking maybe 3 or 4 teams from the Pac-12, putting them on the schedule, and then figuring it out from there. I want to play tougher teams this year. I want to play different teams as well, and some teams that are highly ranked. We played, I think, 3 ranked teams last season. So the goal for the rest of the year is to the rest of the series is to have more exciting, interesting games. I don't think everybody was all that into year 12 with all the blowouts. We had one score game the entire season. Hey, Doug, welcome to the chat. Glad you're enjoying the content. Have I had Whataburger yet? Of course. I think that took maybe 2 days of being in Texas. The thing that I had to get used to in Texas, I'm not sure if this happens wherever you live, but in the Midwest, they certainly didn't do this. But anywhere I go to like a fast casual or a fast food place, I'll like spit out my order, and they always, without fail, say, what else? Like, I'm supposed to say more. And the first time they got me, it was at Whataburger. I was there inside by myself, and I ordered, a meal. And I got the what else. I'm like, onion rings? They kind of caught me off guard. Play the Florida Gators. I don't think we've played them in this series, actually. Oh, we lost the title to them. And the next draft class, by the way, has their skill players. R.J. Bailey is in the class, along with the other running back. I can't remember his name, but he was real good. Any videos today? Yep, Bucks is coming to the second channel. Tomorrow's going to be Broncos. Teams to face: Penn State, Stanford, Notre Dame, since they're the other big independent, and Texas for the rematch from last season's loss. All four of those teams were teams I was thinking about, for sure. The draft classes, no, they didn't skip. We've been moving so quickly in the Broncos series that we're on the fourth class. So it's just catching up pretty quickly. You should watch the XFL. Why do you think I scheduled this for 12:30? Go about 2.5 hours and then catch PJ Walker decimate the Renegade defense. All right, everybody. We are on to the off season now. Thanks for being here. Thanks for spending some of your Sunday here. I appreciate it. Just getting my screen situated here so I can stay up on all the comments and everything. Brandon Warren, face of the franchise on Madden 20. I thought about it, Cameron, but I would have to put him at one of the big schools they had in the game, and it wouldn't have really fit. If they had, I don't think they had UCLA. Otherwise, I probably would have done Jesse Heikkinen. I forget all the teams, but I don't think UCLA was one of them. USC was there. I thought about Jason Murray, but didn't work out, and I don't think I missed out on much. I didn't play the second season a long shot and didn't play face of the franchise QB1. I played the first long shot. It was fine. Yeah, I haven't really watched much of the Combine, but I did see Isaiah Simmons 40. And yeah, he's going to go early. I can't wait to see how early he goes. I think those top, like, linebacker, safety, even if they're hybrid, like, when Jamal Adams came out, obviously he was safety. Not normally a position that is given a lot of love in like the top 5, top 10. But like when he came out, that was exciting. Simmons, same deal. Devin White. Yeah, it looks like a pretty cool class. I can't wait to catch up on it more. What if you just do a normal franchise with him? Well, he's on the Vikings now in our series, so I'm kind of content just having, whatever happens in the series be the rest of their story, I guess. What made me go independent? Well, I really wanted to play better competition, and the Pac-12 is in a tough spot right now, and it would give me more freedom over the schedule, which I really wanted after a season that saw us play a lot of mediocre teams. So we'll get there when we get there. But just know that we are losing some pretty key seniors, as always. But this year we're losing Daniel Foster, maybe the best corner from the series. Austin Jenkins, who had a good year, a couple of years as a starter. Brandon Smith, 4 years starting at left tackle. Jaron Williams, Mike Butler, maybe Nick Robinson. If we lose our top 2 corners here, we are much thinner at that spot going forward. We do have Ronnie Howard. We could return Robinson and Howard and be pretty set at that spot, but our depth isn't quite as good, so we're going to see a little drop off there in terms of talent. I went through the entire series and recorded all players' stats onto a spreadsheet. That's pretty sweet, Jacob. I've thought about doing that myself. That's why I do the recap episodes, because they're kind of a time capsule for the season. And it's really good, because I go back to them on occasion when I'm trying to figure certain things out. Losing Williams and Huggins is pretty impactful because you can tell our linebacker situation isn't great. We're going to graduate 3 out of our top 4 rated linebackers. So we'll see what happens in terms of regression, but I expect us to still be a really good team, and we do return a lot of our key skill players and Luke Irvin. I don't know what to expect at running back because I don't think anybody has really shown they can take over for Austin Jenkins. So we're going to have ourselves an old-fashioned running back competition today. Would I rather play NFL Street 3 or NFL Tour? I don't think I played Street 3. Wasn't Street 3 bad? I like the original one with Ricky Williams on the cover. I mean, I think Street was a lot more interesting than Tour. I enjoyed Tour for what it was. You might lose Irvin. I thought about that as a possibility, but I don't think I've ever seen a redshirt sophomore declare. If Irvin declares, next year gets a whole lot more interesting. The potential lack of cornerback depth means Somerville is going to have to break out again. Yeah, and there's no guarantee he's going to be a starter next year. He had 10 sacks as a freshman, which was great. And since then, 10 over the last 2 years. He's gotten less production each season, which is really odd. So I don't think he will be a day 1 starter next year. Might even compete with Markel Ingram. I have had sophomores getting drafted in the early rounds. Well, I suppose it's time to embark on this offseason, everybody. Offseason number 12, set to begin right now. Irvin won't declare early because of his height? Huh. He's got to be at least 6 foot, right? Did Stanford win the Natty? We don't know yet. We haven't sim past bowl week, so we're about to find out. Import your draft class in Madden 25 and have fun. I think I will save it this time around. There's no reason not to. It can just sit there and not do anything. The thing with Madden 25, I'm not sure how many of you remember this, but the importing of draft classes was really bad in that game because everybody's overall would just get tanked. In the Rams series, the drafts didn't even matter because everybody's ratings were garbage. Will Eric Outlaw be in the next Denver draft class? He will be in a class. I've already told Blackjack about him and I gave him some details. So Outlaw will be there, but I don't know what year that is. He's not in the newest one. It's not quite that time, obviously. He's in our series right now. So I think we'd be looking at him for the following year 5. I didn't know he could still upgrade. 41. What class is Akinjide for Denver? This current one. I forgot I haven't showed you all anything from it yet. I'll have to because it's a pretty good class and Blackjack put a lot of work into it. There's a lot to go through. But Akinjide is in this class and I'll tell you he's ranked one of the top players. Got some records here broken by Sherrod Edwards. Wasn't he a senior? Outlaw was a senior. But where we're at in the Denver series is a year before where we're at in this series. All right. Hey, Alex, thank you for becoming the newest member on the channel. Much appreciated. Bowl results. Army beat Stanford. Let's go. Army got it done. My NFL comp for Sherrod. Sherrod Edwards NFL comp. Somebody who has pretty good size, really good agility. He's what I wanted Cordero Patterson to become, but never quite did. Pretty good game here for Robert Bostic, but it just wasn't enough for Stanford. Who's a good player comp for him? Julio? I don't think he's quite as good as Julio. I think he relies a lot more on athleticism than, like, technique and everything, if that makes sense. Here were the other bowl results. A big win for Auburn. Florida over Oklahoma. They regressed after Tyson Walker graduated. Tyson Walker's in the next draft class, by the way. Michael Gallup, Diggs, A.J. Brown. I kind of like the A.J. Brown comp a little bit. I think that Brown's a better route runner. I know I'm comparing a real player to a video game player, but I've figured it out over the years. DJ Chark? Huh. Josh Gordon, Mike Williams. One comp I don't hate is Amari Cooper, but Cooper's so much more refined. I don't know. All right, so this always gives us basically the greatest drama. Sliders, please. I got you. Who are we comparing? I was talking about Sherrod Edwards and who his NFL comp would be. Like, athletically and everything, I would say Cordero Patterson. But as far as, like, a receiver to compare maybe production and impact, like, it's tough. All right, so these are the sliders I've been using since about mid-season. They are, the penalty sliders are pretty important. I learned a lot about what these impact, and I've had some pretty good results with these. I think that the games have gotten better, so these are the current sliders. And you can, you know, mess with some things if you don't like where everything is at. You know, you kind of have to pick what you're willing to deal with or what you really don't want to see happen in game. Like, maybe you don't like the quarterback accuracy being so high. One of the reasons why it is so high for me is because the accuracy also ties into kind of their intelligence and how they read the field and how quick they get the ball out. And I thought at 15... the best quarterbacks were still lacking, and I didn't like that. I've even seen it testing in Madden 20. I remember a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, I was testing with the Falcons, and I knocked down quarterback accuracy for the CPU, and I watched Matt Ryan with Julio Jones getting open downfield. He didn't see him, and then underthrew him. And I'm like, yeah, that shouldn't happen. He was wide open. He saw him way too late. Alrighty. Who's the best linebacker besides James Huggins in this series? Maybe Marcus Calhoun? Mario Townsend? I miss him. How will the schedule look if independent going alt top 25? Not necessarily. I think we'll play a couple Mountain West teams, and they're likely to be out of the top 25. But we are going to play probably, I'd say, 8 to 10 ranked teams. And there's going to be some change. Like, not everybody that's ranked in the beginning stays ranked. Whoops. But most of them should. All right, to the coaching carousel. Are we losing any coordinators this season? Who's Nebraska's next head coach? Oh, extension. I don't want to go there. Do I hit stay with current contract or decline the offer? 3-9 UNC. Let's just decline. They hired Lane Kiffin. All right, let's just get out of here. Players leaving is always an interesting one. We have a few players that could leave early. Luke Irvin, that would be a shock. A major shock. Nick Robinson, Ronnie Howard. Those are also possibilities. I didn't add Roscoe Sheridan and Ja'Cory Day because they were earlier in the timeline. I do wish maybe I had them already in the series or something. Because there were some pretty iconic players I would have loved to have in the league that we missed on. You think Irvin's going to leave, Dolphin? This offseason gets so interesting if it happens. All right, coaching changes. We're used to losing our coordinators. We'll have to see if it happened again. Retired. Stoops retired. And Brown left for new job. So, allow me to start taking a few notes here for the edited off-season video. So, we lose... We lose Stoops to retirement. And we lose Brown. Probably a head coaching job. So we get Joe Rudolph and Van Malone. Love the channel, Kane. If you were to do a series on MLB, the new expansion team feature would be awesome. No one told me there was an expansion team option. Are you messing with me? Is there seriously expansion in MLB 20 and no one told me? It's relocation? Okay, rebranding and relocating. Okay. That's still interesting. I thought it was like what you can do in 2K. So, Joe Rudolph, Van Malone. Let's see where everybody went then. Or I only have to see where one coach went. Starks was at Vanderbilt, wasn't he? Yes. I don't know where he is anymore. But we can check. All right, so Neil Brown is now the head coach at Fresno with Montrell Bonds. We could play Montrell Bonds this year. Yeah, that might be fun. All right, where'd our coaches come from? So, Malone was DC at Houston. And Joe Rudolph. OC at Northwestern. Okay. Let's check their skill trees. I think before we had like maxed out trees. Not bad. Malone's a level 16. I can take that. And 22 for Rudolph. So we're not like really regressing with like brand new coaches or anything. Looks like I have 2 more upgrades here for Leon Daniels. Call a timeout to bump all players to hot. Okay, that sounds cool. Show the opponent's previously called play. Your team starts off hot in rivalry games. Sure. Yeah, I've thought about something like that, Lewis. If I could find some ways like that to add some good member perks, that would be interesting. But one of the things about that is it needs to be something that's available to everybody. Like, YouTube doesn't want you making membership perks that are like, you know, like sweepstakes type of deals where, you know, you have a chance at something. They want guaranteed perks. So it's like, there are 104 members right now on the channel, I believe. So it's like, could I guarantee everybody a chance at the same time to do something specific? That's why like the fantasy football league wouldn't necessarily work, because that'd be very limited. All right. Players leaving. Do we lose Luke Irvin? Do we lose anybody unexpectedly? Does someone transfer? Showtime. Michael Hurst is declaring, and so is Thomas Kane. 2 players in the 80s for overall. Whoa. James Huggins in the 4th round. Get out of here. And obviously, I don't convince players to stay anymore. Keep it more realistic. So now we're losing 4 offensive linemen. Irvin stays, but 4 new O-linemen. We lose Michael Hurst. Okay. No one's transferring out. No first rounders for Bama? Let's see. Nobody from Boise went pro. Even their 92 overall quarterback. Oh, that's right. Well, there's a height threshold in the game, which is really disappointing because it, you know, like Brandon Warren would have been undrafted if I didn't edit his height. No one from Cal. Whoa, Clemson. 2 freshmen are out. Let's check our friends in Stanford. No surprises for them. Oh, I should check his stats. Yeah, Sung-Ho Kwok was a quarterback from earlier in the series. That was back when we had like Warren and we had enough quarterback depth. Otherwise, I probably would have tried recruiting him. "28 touchdowns, 15 picks. He only started 1 season, it looks like, and had some rushing success. There you go, not bad. Oh yeah, Huggins in the 4th round. I don't know how you how that happens at all. Like 2nd round at the latest. Yep, Jasper Holland started there for quite some time. Transfer requests. Yes. I've saved a few of these. I didn't save last year's, I think. Some of these files are really old. The Mackey Award winner went undrafted? Are you serious? Wow. In the Broncos draft class, will Huggins be a 4 or a 1? That's probably a spot where we override what the game wanted and put him in the correct round. I let Blackjack handle all that, though. I don't want, like, a lot of control over it because I'm drafting and I don't want to, like, make a lot of decisions and know a lot about the class. I think it's already enough of an advantage that I know the name value behind certain players. Blackjack told me, though, this next draft class is going to be a lot tougher, and it's going to have a lot of traps, and I can't wait. All right, transfer requests. What do we got? None. All right, 2 first-round picks. Foster and Smith. Jaron Williams goes before James Huggins. Eric Bryant. Michael Hurst. Mike Butler. Thomas Kane. Tyrone Houston goes in the 7th round. Now, I like to go through this because it's a good reference for Blackjack when he wants to go back and create anybody for the classes. He's got his own process, but I know he's been using these videos. So, hi, future Blackjack. Hope you're having a good day, sir. Eric Outlaw, 7th round. I don't think that's going to be the case in our deal. A 4th round punter. He probably went before James Huggins. Walter Sykes. Maybe he'll end up in the draft class. No, he's not going to be an early 4th, mid-1st talent. Blackjack doesn't do gaps like that. Which I like. Whoops. Can't believe Cal had nobody. There was a 3rd round fullback? Where was that? What school? You haven't missed too much, Darren. We are just looking at the draft results right now. Where's the fullback? I hope Kane can live with himself, knowing he cost Huggins millions with that lateral. Yep, that was it. Yeah, I don't know where the fullback was. We did have a couple players leave early, unexpectedly. Not, Auburn did? Okay. We'll get to hours after Auburn. For those that just got into the stream. Jason King. 6'3", 264. Wow. They had 3 receivers get drafted. Good for them. All right, but for us, we had 2 players leave early. Mike Butler, or Thomas Kane left early, and so did Michael Hurst. So here's the draft results. We obviously lost a few more players than this, like Colt Sully, who didn't get drafted. All right, let's continue. We were at Eastern Michigan. Nobody from Hawaii. I don't know what teams yet from the Mountain West I want to play, but I'm just probably going to play like the 2 best teams there. I'm not sure it's a good enough conference to play 3 teams. John Thompson. Wish I could check stats from here. But I want to play at least 2 teams from the Mountain West. If they're not very strong teams, I'll just throw those games in the beginning of the season. Thoughts on college athletes getting paid, Jamie? I think it's, I don't know exactly how you lay out the system, but I'm definitely for players, you know, getting paid and at least, at the very least, being able to profit off their own likeness and whatnot. You know, they should be able to have the same freedoms as everybody else there. I know there have been players that have gotten in trouble, like, you know, the tattoos with Terrell Pryor all those years ago. Like, the things that have cost players, like, eligibility and stuff is just ridiculous. Brady, 6th round, first talent. AB, 4th round, first talent. They didn't realize at the time, though, they were getting first round talents, or they would have taken them earlier. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that radio call for the Not the Expert Dynasty. That was cool. It was a good game, too. Who won the Natty? Army. Yeah, Lamar Williams, like, I put him on the Chargers because I thought it would be a fun fit and I thought he'd have a chance to develop there. But they made him the 4th receiver, and now this year they took a 1st-round receiver. They drafted Jamie Sherman, I believe. So he's again the 4th receiver. Warwick goes in the 6th? This is the Lamecca class? Oh, man, I would have loved to play Lamecca Warwick one more time. We'll have to see how good they look next year. It's already been 4 years for him? That's wild. Casey Smith. San Jose State. Did Stanford's quarterback stay? We're playing Stanford regardless, but just wondering. Wait, Lamecca declared as a redshirt sophomore? Yo. So, whoa. I gotta text Blackjack about this. I don't think he is here right now. Wild. So I guess it is possible. I don't know if there's like a threshold for it, but like a physical threshold, but redshirt sophomores will declare. It's possible. Yeah, but Irvin doesn't. You know, I think there's just some randomness to it, and it's not supposed to make a lot of sense. Nice 1st round, Texas. Well, we don't get to play Lamecca Warwick this year. I have no idea who their quarterback is going to be. Quan Tippins. This was his senior season. Okay. We played against him once. We are going to be in an independent team. So there's no conference for us. No conference championship. But I get to set a much more interesting schedule this way. That should be a lot of fun. Early declare here for Jason Lewis in the 6th round. Yeah, Hawaii was a rival for a while. We've played some big games against Hawaii. We've won a lot of them. I know we've lost at least one big game against them. Warwick to the Raiders. I forget all the quarterbacks in this class, in this series. There's definitely Tyson Walker from Oklahoma. I think there's Jason Murray from USC. Beyond those two, I'm not sure. When Kalispell comes to an end, I don't know. I'll figure it out when I get there. I got some different ideas. Not too worried about it at the moment. But I'd like to keep playing NCAA if possible. If it's still, you know, a lot of fun and everything. That's why I was working on sliders, because, like, I want to get as much out of this game as I can. Alright, off-season recruiting, everybody. We currently have the number 14 ranked recruiting class. Not bad. And we have a few targets on the board I'd really like to add to this recruiting class. Favorite NCAA team? Got to be the Minnesota Gophers. Also like UTSA after doing the Dynasty and interacting with some of those players all those years ago. So, Isaac Jones. There's a chance if we get Isaac Jones, he is our running back day one. Because we are graduating Jenkins. I don't think Jim Jackson is a starting caliber back. And Jones might be the most intriguing. I'm probably putting at least $5K into this one, maybe more. Isaac Jones is an athlete. He has 88 speed, 83 agility, 90 acceleration. I do have concerns that he's just not going to have great burst. But his elusiveness is good. He has good spin. He can catch the football. He may fit better as a receiver, but running back is very tempting to me. Jackson's going to play regardless. I just don't know what the running back split's going to look like. I think the long shot there is Sean Merville to be starter. His carrying is scary bad. Let me see. It is 81. That's low, somewhat. Or actually, no, that's pretty good. A lot of the running backs in NCAA come in with like 50 or 60 carrying. I think the game has weird carrying thresholds, and that's why. We don't see a lot of overall fumbles. So that's why I think... we don't see a lot of fumbles. How am I trying to word this? I know when Blackjack made a lot of running backs, he had a higher carrying, like for Austin Jenkins. But the game, I think, is built around a lower carrying rating, essentially. But regardless, fumbles are very rare. Lance Davis. So we didn't lose any more corners, but I think that Davis is still one of our top priorities. But we have to overcome Nebraska, which is going to be difficult. So, as a placeholder, I'll put in like 4K. Yeah, Belafonte was a fumble machine. That's right. That was really weird. We must have had some strange luck there. LaMecca coming to dominate in next year's draft. Blackjack is stoked. Quan Tippins also graduated 6th round. Sung Ho Kwok went undrafted. I can't believe Warwick went pro already. 6th round, by the way. I'm not sure what you're planning on doing with him, but we can rewrite a few things. I would like to get Joseph Hollis. Solid quarterback. I think I'll put like 750 points. Hollis would Just be somebody worth developing, and if there's like a surprise, Irvin goes pro early or something. I don't know how long the series is going, but I recruit like it's never ending. Yeah, I think O-line is definitely a concern. We're graduating 4. I've already gotten 3 tackles, though, so we're probably going to see someone like Trent Scott start day 1. Good pass blocker. Spencer Petty. I can't break the lock here for Peter Brown. And unfortunately didn't have much luck with Brett Walker from Shoreview, Minnesota. So that leaves us with Spencer Petty. Don't want to lose Florida as a pipeline state, so I should work on this one. Alrighty. I don't remember every player here. Dwayne Coleman. Yeah, we'll let him go. The athleticism isn't good. Not good enough. After Kalispell, would I do a challenge type series like Blackjack did? Possibly. I mean, I loved watching his Festivus series, and I like the idea of just wildly difficult, like the deck is so much stacked against you. I think that's really interesting. Joaquin Ferreira out of Stanford. You might have to rewind. I didn't, I don't know if I stopped on Stanford. I think I was looking for Robert Bostic, didn't see him, and moved on. But Stanford's going to be on the schedule this year, so we'll see who they still have. Ben Carter. 89 speed's interesting. Arthur Castillo. I just want to get it organized here. Terry Sears definitely, like linebackers thin. He's somebody that could start day 1 or at least have a shot to. Running back and linebacker, we're going to see a lot of competition today in the practice. Let's put 25 here for Terry Sears. Phil London. We have the lead here. I could just probably let this one be. Ben Carter is fast. I think I'm okay with the players that I currently have points on. So Isaac Jones, I don't want to lose this. Lance Davis. I have to overcome Nebraska, so I think, 4K is a good spot to be. Terry Sears, Spencer Petty. That one's a little iffy if that can work. Hollis, I probably don't need to put a lot of points into him. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We still have Antoine Morgan. Leaves us with 650 left. Now, between these two, I just want to check our depth and see, is either of these players, really important right now? What would Isaac Jones play? Probably running back, possibly receiver. We didn't graduate a ton of receiving talent. We did lose Houston and Sully. Lindsey can play the slot. And then, of course, Sherrod Edwards will be going nowhere. I can't check my roster from here. That's unfortunate. Isn't there a spot in recruiting you can do it, though? I feel like there's a sub-menu. Yeah. Right there. Open slot. So, Edwards, Lindsey. Oh, next year is Phoenix. Oh, man. I cannot wait for Phoenix Chambers. I forgot all about him. There's also Derek Jackson. So you're going to see some new faces at receiver. I am hyped now for this season. Let's go. All right. So at tackle, we're looking at Sylvester Rosthorn. That's fine. Josh Schmidt at right guard. Kevin Hampton. Maybe Jed Cartwright. We could be taking a steep decline here. Open slot is a true legend, yes. Give Phoenix Chambers a different number. I probably will do some redoing of numbers. I just don't when I redshirt players because they're not playing. But yeah, he will not wear 87. He's not a tight end. Who's the last like good receiver to wear 87? I feel like Marcus Robinson wore that for the Vikings. Marcus Robinson. Oh, I'm good. Reggie Wayne, Jordy Nelson. Okay. You might be looking at Eric Richards starting next year, everybody. Of course, we haven't done the training yet, so ratings are set to rise. For linebacker... Oh, Mushin Muhammad. He was really good. Braylon Kendrick will probably start. Maybe Rayshawn McNeil. Maybe Anthony Payne. I'm not sure if either spot is really more important than another. I mean, both position groups are pretty weak. Just because Sears is the better player, I think I'll stick with more points on him. He already has 84 tackle and 71 zone coverage, so just consider his upside there. I'm going to take like 100 here and give it to Petty. And from there, I think I'm good. Points off of Davis. I guess we have some depth there. So what if we go like that? Get Sears up, get Petty up to like 19. All right. Moving on. I think Ferreira didn't meet weight requirements. Yeah. The thresholds in this game are very unnecessary, especially because like a lot has changed even from when this game came out. Like imagine Kyler Murray as a prospect before. I mean, I think players like Russell Wilson kind of paved the way for him to eventually go number one. But I mean, like a 5'9", 5'10" quarterback going number one overall, NCAA wouldn't allow it. It's going to be great when he only gets Isaac Jones. I feel like we've done pretty well on recruiting, though, lately. I don't think I'm taking the big L right now. Just joined a few minutes ago. What did I miss? Well, so far, I wouldn't say you've missed a ton, but we did lose our coordinators. We did lose a fourth offensive lineman to the draft early, along with Michael Hurst, the defensive end. You missed a fullback going the third round. We didn't get Jones? We get Sears, Davis, and Petty. Whoa! When's the last time my number one target didn't go to us? So a big L was had on this day. Wow. F's in the chat for my hopes and dreams. Although I'm not sure with his athleticism he would have been the right number 1 back anyway. I don't know. We'll see the development. It could be Sean Merville. Sometimes you take different L's than expected. So we end up, everybody. Number 5. That's still solid. Stanford at number 1, Penn State, Ohio State, and Oklahoma. I will play Oregon State if Jones is like playing as a freshman. Although they have Courtney Jean-Charles, so maybe regardless. So Joseph Hollis just ain't playing football. I've never understood the players that don't pick a team at all. But we got Lance Davis by 980. So I was, pretty good on my scoring there. If I'm within like 1,000, then I think I had a decent read on how much I needed to put in. Spencer Petty, I won by 85. All right, that's pretty good. Won London easily. But how much did I lose Isaac Jones by? How much do you think? I think I lost by less than 1,000. Whoa! They win 15K! There was no shot! Unless I put it all in! They put every single point. This happened in the Minnesota series with an offensive lineman who went to Michigan. He wasn't even like a top tier lineman. All right. I like losing by a lot in recruiting because that means like I couldn't have done anything else. I did my best. Here's the thing, though. I wonder what position they'll play him at, because I think he'd be a better receiver than running back. Okay, I didn't need to put that much into Sears, but that wasn't going to help me anywhere else. So, I did the best I could. That is hilarious. I lost by 8K after putting 6 in. Marcus Bowser, who went to Michigan. How do you remember that, Joseph? I saw Elmer said he was a 67 overall bust. Yeah, I think I still wanted him because, like, depth is depth at offensive line. So, a couple times I've seen the CPU go all in and didn't see it coming. I guess that means that anything is technically losable. I kept Florida as a pipeline state. That's a win. Position changes. Want to change up the music? I listened to a couple songs for like 10 seconds and downloaded a couple new ones. Let me know what you think. I don't think I have any position changes here. If it's too loud, also let me know. Most of the music should all be at the same level. YouTube does a pretty good job with that in the library. Yeah, that's not too loud. Maybe it's even too quiet. Matt Reddick to running back. Not with 73 agility. That's a really important rating for me. Can't do that. Shuffle around some O-line. Good idea. Don't want to get caught with position minimums. Sean Merville then. Tied for best agility here with Mark Robinson. We could see Merville as the lead back. He's getting that chance today. And we'll also see what happens with Jackson. But I guess I shouldn't look at ratings right now because a lot's going to change soon. 3 walk-ons at receiver? Excuse me? Are they any good? 70 catching. Brian Moss might stay. Might have some cuts coming here at receiver. So 2 left tackles, 2 left guards, 2 centers, 2 right guards, 3 right tackles. There's nothing to change, actually. It's perfectly balanced. Defensive end, solid. 4 left, 2 inside, 3 out. Just to balance it there. All the cornerbacks. DeHonte Jeffries, it's his time. That's right. 3 free, 2 strong, 1 kicker, 2 punter. No athletes. Pretty good. I'm guessing linebackers don't appear as agile because, like, think about it, like, every position shares the same rating. So, I mean, the 90 and above should be like your shiftier players, you know, corners and running backs and receivers. I don't think that you want a whole lot of 220, 240 pound players with the same movement skills. All right, training results where there's nothing but W's, right? No L's here. Alrighty, what do we have here? I know Irvin's going to be a 99. +1. Because that's all he could go up. 99 accuracy, Luke Irvin. Alright, so now, here are the top-rated players. Nick Robinson, Marcus Jordan, Bill Long, Ronnie Howard, Jim Jackson, Nick Lindsay, Shannon Somerville, Elliott Red, Sylvester Rosthorn, Drake Maddox. Let's go by position groups. So Matt Reddick +4, Morgan +5. Morgan's still a lot more accurate. I think our quarterback situation is going to be the exact same this year. Morgan is the true backup, but Reddick's going to be kind of a gadget player. All right, running back is a really key one. Everybody had pretty good upgrades this year. Merville, 96 speed. Please, Dominic Day, fake Pat, throw this season. We'll have to see what is in store for Dominic Day. Thank you for the super chat. Jackson has the high break tackle. We'll just have to see. 99 elusiveness, though, from Merville. That's got to mean something. 99 juke. Same with Jackson, who has 99 spin move. Maybe I haven't been using him to his full potential. Huh. Trey Dunn. All right, only +2 for Lindsay. Slacking all offseason, man. Sherrod Edwards is faster and more agile with better acceleration. Let's see the catching boost. +3, so not as much as I'd like to see there. Chambers got the +5. Could be a lot of drops this year outside of Lindsay. How about route running? How's that appearing? We have some route runners. Not worried about that. Catching traffic's awful low. This could be the year of Jim Jackson, though, now that I think about it. Drake Maddox. Do we suspend Lindsay for a game? All right, Eric Richards +4. Cartwright and McClellan, oh, +6. We like +6s. So we're going to have 3 offensive linemen in the 90s. That's really lucky. And then we're probably going to have 2 in the 70s. All right, nobody in the 80s. Trey Walker got the +5 boost. I was hoping to be like +11 just because he was like an All-American. Markel Ingram. Shannon Somerville in his senior campaign. Still has to earn his playing time. Nice boost, McNeil. Anthony Payne. I think I'm going to play Payne partially because we don't have a lot of range. Well, I guess Kendrick is fast. But I didn't want to have like 2 slow linebackers on the field. All right, so we're going to have a 95, 93, and then 85, 82 at corner. Pretty good. Not quite as good as last year. Only +2 for DeHonte Jeffries. Oh, man. All these +6s. Elliott Red. Jermaine Kent. Cuts. I have a 400-pound defensive tackle? Maybe. Do I? We have to cut 3. Oh yeah, Patton Applewhite's 394. Has that gone up at all, Blackjack, if you're in here? I forget. Like, weights will change, I think, a little bit. I don't remember what it was before. We can be done there. Custom conferences. We don't skip it this time. We got to get Patton Applewhite a touchdown. We'll see. You know, in Madden now, they made it so you can move, like, on the depth chart. You're allowed to move defensive tackles to fullback whenever you want. Enough have done it over the years. Damon Harrison, I believe. Dontari Poe, Vita Vea, among many others. The transfer spot just has never actually been used, Bryce, so I just kind of gave up on that dream. Backup tight ends. So we have 2 freshmen this year, and they're probably going to be the second and third tight ends. Pac-12, it's been real. We're going to Conference USA. No. I think it's just NCAA, right? That's how they label it. Back to being the Pac-12 again. Yeah, I think right away Jim Jackson gets the first chance to prove he's the starter. We will get to practice here pretty soon, I imagine. We've made pretty good time here in the stream, especially considering my long intro. I don't think there's anything I want to change around here. We could do a neutral site game if we can find the right opponent for it. Carson says, bench all the players that only got +2 or less for one game. I can get behind that, perhaps. Nick Lindsay, out one game. Violation of team rules. And we'd also, I guess, be missing DeHonte Jeffries, but I don't know that he'll play because he didn't get much of a boost, so there's other options. What's going on, XO Blaze? Glad you could make it to the live stream today. Was Jackson's long last year really only 16 yards? Wow. That is not far. Oh, Irvin couldn't go above 99. That's a little different. So obviously, the schedule is going to take more time to build this year, but I want to obviously make sure we play Stanford. I don't know when. When do you think we should put Stanford on the schedule? Early or later? Or middle? We could open against Stanford for sure. Number 1 versus number 2. But that's not how I typically start the seasons. Not against it though. I will build this off stream. Later, middle, last, later, 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 later. Early, middle, open, later, middle, later, middle. Okay. Probably a later season battle then. Maybe even our last game if possible. Depends what I can make happen. Coach Peck, thank you for becoming the newest member on the channel. Much appreciated. You want my first week to be... Why is everybody saying open? You want the first week to be open? Is that what you're saying? You there? That was weird. I was just resetting formation subs. Yeah, we'll check out Isaac Jones. Fresno State. Yeah, we'll make sure Bonds is still there. I can't imagine he's gone or anything. He's their best player. He got hurt, I remember, against us. That was a thing. When did we play him, though? What year? Let me check something quick. Because I didn't think it was last season. Yeah, because we had the tougher non-conference schedule this last year. It was this year. Okay, it was week 1. Okay, I wasn't sure which year he got hurt against us. Okay, so he's back. 92 speed now. Okay, so Fresno's going to be on the schedule. Fresno, Stanford. I'll find a couple Mountain West teams Who else was I checking here? Might play Oregon. I think we'll play Oregon. SEC. Oregon State, that's right. I was checking on Isaac Jones. So, Courtney Jean-Charles, year 3 for him. He's not playing running back because he's busy playing wide receiver. The 4th receiver. Do you know what this means here? As a sophomore, he could very well be their #1 receiver. Wow. They have 3 seniors in front of him. Don't know if we'll play him this year. How about Penn State? They might be strong enough still, even losing Lameka Warwick. Yep, we're playing Penn State. For sure, so far we have Fresno, Stanford, Oregon, Penn State. You know, I think a game against Florida makes a lot of sense. We lost our title game to them, so let's just see. They're not quite the same team. Raymond Singleton. Devron Bowers. I mean, we could still play them. But if I find other options, I might want to cut that one off of the schedule. The Warhawk Bowl rematch against Louisiana Monroe. ULM. Probably not. Wyoming, maybe? Throwback? I have a few maybe teams written down here. What if we go on the road to Idaho and play in their dome? Probably not. Army? We could probably put Army on there. The roster ain't looking quite as strong, though. Bama's still pretty good. 77 overall quarterback. Let's... Can I look at the NCAA from here? Yeah, all teams. What if we try it like this? Let's say maybe, let's go against whoever has, the #1 corner. Oh, it's us. We have the #3 corner, too. Ole Miss. You know, they have one of the best corners. Let's see how good Ole Miss is. I think there was a little feedback to play against them, maybe. Alright, maybe Ole Miss. What's another position I should check to see where the top player is? Pass rusher? So Syracuse, maybe Auburn. Hmm. 6'7", 250. Wow. I can check out Auburn. How about the best receiver? Georgia Tech has the best receiver running an option offense, probably. Tommy Fontaine. I know Texas is probably one of the tougher teams. We lost to them last year. They could come visit us this year. Auburn has one of the best quarterbacks. Maybe Auburn. This should be a lot of fun. We got to get our revenge against Texas, though, for sure. Let's see a random team. SMU. You know what? I'm curious. Who has the fastest quarterback in our entire game? All teams. Quarterback. The fastest is Taiwan Jones. Is that Akron? There's also Zach Walker and Paul Battle. So a three-way tie. If you want to use acceleration to break it, it would be Zach Walker of Penn State. How about the highest break tackle? Mike Hill from Army. Jeez. Taylor Jean Charles. Is he starting this year? He is. Maybe. Maybe. I'd have to check the depth chart. He's listed above Javon Adams, but... Oh, no, he wouldn't be starting. I wasn't sorted by overall. Chad Brown. Okay. USC's possible. My bad. Look at Duncan, quarterback. Thank you for the super chat, Josh. Who is Duncan? Bryant Duncan. UNLV is not normally very good. UNLV. Okay, they have a pretty good quarterback and running back. AJ Wade. Not a great overall roster, though. Fastest punter? Why not? Fastest kicker and punter. 76. 93? Antoine Poole. 93 speed. The Ray Guy Award winner. He's a beast. 93 speed. 86 kick power. Won the most prestigious punting award. For the brand, indeed. Wow. I didn't know they had punters in the game that were that fast. What's his throwing stats? 51-54. 59 is the best at punter. 56 the best at kicker. Okay. I've never really looked at the players quite like this before. It's kind of fun. Checking out the fastest players at every spot. A lot of speed for UCLA. '89 speed at fullback with 92 acceleration. Yes. Corey Moore, 99 speed. Drake Maddox is the fastest tight end in the NCAA. I guess I'm just looking for fun ratings anomalies. It's not really that useful right now, but it's kind of fun. Yeah, it could have been a wide receiver athlete that got put as a punter. That's what I'd imagine happened, because usually 95s, or like those high 90 speeds, like 93 and above, you really only see those for athletes. There are very few players at their like true positions that get that. I don't know. 93 here at linebacker. Is that the record? It is for us. Who's like the lowest rated player in the whole game? Oh, it's doesn't go lower than 40. Slowest in the whole game. It's a tie. We got some strong players on our team. All right. There was a 6'8" blocking tight end with high 80 speed. Really? That's fun. I want to get to practice. Want to do a little editing here? Just a little bit. The most important thing here, I think, is changing Phoenix Chambers' number. What's free? What's open? 19? 11? 13? What are we feeling here? A lot of these are available. I feel like you don't see 19 at receiver very often. Most of you want 11. I would think about single digits, but we already have Edwards. Dahante Jeffries is wearing 17. That's why that wasn't available. All right. Let's play some football. If you haven't already done so, please leave a like on the video. Those are much appreciated, very helpful. We have 215 right now. Can we get to 300? 300 likes. I could go different for pain. 8. Eight or 19 are fine numbers. Are you talking about Phoenix, Blackjack? I think the chat just picked 11. Jeffrey should wear number 2 for only getting +2 overall. I love it. Just checking when the XFL game is. Is it 3 o'clock or 3:30? 3 Central. Cool. All right, so I guess the first thing we're going to do is start to see what these running backs are able to do, and I really want to see what the running game can do as well. So, why don't we just start big wing? I know it's not too exciting, but we're just going to start out with some very basic stuff. What's this playbook? Why isn't there 4-3 or 3-4? 4-2-5 is a fancy way to say nickel. Drake Maddox now in year number 3. I have to figure out if Nick Lindsay is going to be the second receiver. I imagine he will be, opposite of Edwards. And then who's the number 3, I guess? Have to figure out who the starting running back is. Have to figure out who the backup, the second running back is going to be. And linebacker, I guess, is pretty much wide open. Is the Perry Cummings Road to Glory at Air Force still as a flexbone quarterback still a possibility? Yeah, I would like to do that still. I don't know when exactly, but I do want to play that option quarterback Road to Glory. I think that'd be really cool. Favorite XFL team so far? You know, I think that, well, I said Dallas at the beginning. I sure like watching Houston and PJ Walker. I like watching Houston a lot. Can't wait to watch them today. All right. Lag. Do I have any frames dropping? Let's see. How do I check in this one? Your stream quality is good. 0 drop frames. Sweet. Probably going to be running back by committee until someone can break out. Yeah, Jackson just... I know he has the really good acceleration, but he just doesn't have that quick burst still. I don't know what it is. Hook and ladder. See ya. Love Sherrod Edwards. Let's see if I get him on this one. Ah, safety's there. There's one broken tackle for Jackson. I feel like with Jackson, you know, just what you see is what you get. We're not going to get a lot of big plays or anything too special. Whoa, Elliott Red. Settle down. It's practice. Nice play. That was nice. All right, so that's Jim Jackson. Wouldn't it be nice to have Montrell Bonds on the team right now? Let's try Sean Merville. Same practice setup here. Won't change it quite yet. I got Edwards. Told ya. Let me try it again. Always getting... Oh, that red's too good. Yeah, you can't split red. All right, now running the football. Merville, there's one broken tackle. What if he catches the ball? Meant to juke. Next Broncos episode is tomorrow. Well, there's a fumble for Merville, so not stealing the show with him either. Oops, that's my bad. That was a bad run. Can I hit Edwards on this? Red's playing shallow. Red's playing shallow. I got him! See? Touchdown! Oh, man. I love Sherrod Edwards. Ah. Can I get Lindsey on this one? Uh-oh. No way. Get behind red. Get behind red. Ooh. Nice catch. They're not calling enough runs for me here. Yeah, red. Still caught by Edwards. Red really doesn't get out of position, though. Here we go. The Donovan Jennings experience continues tomorrow. I love kind of the whole swing there at the narrative, because like the Jennings pick wasn't super popular when I made it, but now that we started 0-2 and we had to get something going and he's the one that started fixing the offense, it's fun seeing the tone change there. Have you realigned the other conferences? There's been some movement since Kalispell started. No, I haven't, Spencer. Thank you for the super chat. I just took Kalispell out of the Pac-12 and left everything as is. I didn't even think about what else could be different in real life, but I don't think at this stage it's all that necessary. But we did go through rosters, and I found I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams right now written down as possibilities. The teams I'd say we're for sure playing are Fresno State to see Montrell Bonds, Stanford, Oregon, Penn State, Texas, and Auburn. The maybes are Oregon State, Florida, Wyoming, Army, and Ole Miss. Although I think Ole Miss is probably going to be a definite one. Let's take away the question mark. Throw it to Phoenix Chambers. You know I need to get him on the field, don't I? But that means I can't throw it to Edwards, who catches everything apparently. No long runs or anything yet. That might be the longest, that 9-yard run by Merville. We're going to miss Austin Jenkins, I feel. That was supposed to be for Edwards. Throw on the run for Irvin is not spectacular. All right, so nothing special yet from the running backs. Waiting for someone to wow me. Who gets the third try? So McIntyre has pretty low agility and acceleration. Why don't we try Mark Robinson? Okay, he's 183 pounds at 5'9". He's fast. Let's give him a shot. Mark Robinson. Yeah, it could be a very spread out, pass heavy type of year, Shane. I think that's probably what we're in for. Let's switch up the formation. Yeah, sneeze maybe, if it feels like it. Guess not. Let's also, we know Maddox quite well. Why don't we try to see what JD Thomas is all about at tight end? And then for defense, right now there's Anthony Payne, Rayshawn McNeil, and Braylon Kendrick. Probably our starters, but I want to see a couple other players here. I want to see rookie, freshman, Trey Walker. Or not Trey Walker, Trey Little. Let's get Patton Applewhite out there. Instead of Somerville, let's go Montrell Griffin, the true freshman. And then Markel Ingram. And let's see what DeHonte Jeffries can do. Let's back up the football. Yeah, 35 is fine. Then we'll go to a 3-wide set, and we'll get to see Phoenix Chambers for the first time. I'm sure I played with him last year, but you know what I mean. Alrighty, Luke Irvin. Here's the deep ball for Lindsey, and that was almost complete. So Mark Robinson, he's the third running back to get a shot today. Delay. Not bad. Destroyed. This defense does not make much easy. All right, so we beat the blitz here with the screen. A little spin move there, not bad. Oops. Those are nice plays. Yeah, I know. I don't feel like Robinson is that much burst either. I feel all these players have like really low acceleration for some reason. Hey, Chambers! That was sick. Oh, I was about to have Phoenix for 6. almost. Yeah, Elliott Red has gotten really good at safety. I don't like testing him here. It's just not worth it. See, look at that. He just got chased down easily. What's the solution here? Ooh. 39 looking like a #1 cornerback. I think that's Nick Robinson, who is our #1 cornerback. So we know Robinson can do a lot here when he has room on the screen passes. Here's a cool play design. I don't even recognize this play. You kidding me? That's an amazing play. Oh. Go back to that. That was awesome. Ronnie Howard was an athlete. The problem is that he's our #2 corner right now. I want to see that play called again. I'll call it myself. What is it called? That was an awesome design. So it's wing trio. PA slide. This is the best PA slide I've seen. Uh-oh. Yeah, this play can shred. Oh, man. Just... these safeties are so good. Ah, they covered that one perfectly. Alright, they must have had a bad call the first time we hit it. It's still a cool play design, and there are a lot of coverages this can beat. But it ain't automatic or anything. Under a lot of heavy pressure here. O-line's got to play better. Who's 90? Are you kidding me? Markel Ingram. This is zone blitz. He's covering 15 yards downfield. Beautiful play. One more of these. Nah. One more that works. All right, so running back tryouts are continuing. It's up for grabs. Let's try Marcus Mark from our recruiting class this year. I guess we got one more play here, and I have to change the call anyway. Should we switch it up and go shotgun now? Ace twins? Or just ace? Yeah, too much motion, too much option for random. I might change Mark's number too from 34 as he gets tackled. Nice, JD. Oh, that's a fumble. Elliott Reds everywhere. This is the same like formation and everything I was using for the other backs, so it's kind of a fair playing field. We're running against a stacked box. It's supposed to be tough, but I want to see who can create and who can make something happen. That's a good run. We're seeing some broken tackles here from Mark. I have not set the exact schedule, but I found many of the teams that we are going to play this season. Should be a lot of fun. Breaking contain. Weird. Let's try something else. Let's go shotgun. Spread flex. Now let's see, like, against the soft box. I don't have a lot of running plays in here. I may have to call a bunch of audibles. That's okay. What are we thinking so far at running back, everybody? It's not really... It hasn't really been very impressive. I'm not sure if Isaac Jones would have changed that. Yeah, 85% passing. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. I'm curious enough to give Ronnie Howard a shot here. You know what? I'm putting Sherrod Edwards here for a moment. Oh, he's already starting. Because, like, I just want to play right now with a player that's super dynamic. And I want to know, like, what the benchmark needs to be. I need to see, like, what the athleticism looks like, what I'm looking for here. Alright, so Sherrod Edwards is at running back right now. And maybe he won't be special here. Or maybe he will. Whoa. Jeez. Definitely feels pretty fast. I want to see one thing here with the sliders. Did I happen to mess with running back ability? Could that be a thing? Does anyone remember my slider for it? I'm not sure if I messed with it. I showed it in the beginning of the stream. Whoa. That was not how it was supposed to go. Try DeHonte Jeffries. Yeah, the running backs just... It does feel like quicksand or something. Like the spin move for him feels really slow. Notice that? Yeah, we don't test Robinson. That's not a good idea. Does loss of coordinator affect a lot too? It's not like we have a terrible coordinator now. I want to see something quick for that slider. Because if the running back ability slider is low, it might just be like dragging all of their ratings down a little bit. The speed threshold's already on the lower side. But let me just see what this slider's at. So user RB ability is certainly lower. 35. Maybe that's just too low. Let me see an old slider set of mine quick and what I had. I wonder if I still have them. As of November 26th, I have a label here. I had it on 45. November 26th, 2019. It looks like I was using 45 for a long time. I have an April of last year at 45. Should we just try 45 and see how that plays out? Yeah. Because maybe it's just really wrecking what they're able to do. I did that one spin with Drake Maddox. That spin seemed like it was better than what Edwards was doing when I moved him to running back. Try Red. Oh man, I bet Red would feast at running back. I don't have any Iron Man players. There are 30 option types. Are we sure about that? All right, right off the bat, I'm going to put Sherrod Edwards there, and we're going to see if it feels different. We can get away from that quicksand effect. Let me make a few adjustments here. Where else is he starting? Let's take Elliott Red off the field and see how much of a difference we notice. All right. Let's try these again. I feel an immediate difference. Just that first step. Much better spin. Way better. Okay. So now I know 35 for running back ability is just too low. It kind of dumbs down their skills. I wonder if it even drags down speed, because you were seeing like Mark Robinson get caught from behind by much slower players. Bang. Yeah, so Austin Jenkins, he played some of the year at 45, but most of the year, obviously, at 35. I guess I never thought about that until, like, today. So now I guess that brings up the question to me, and I don't think I'll try it out right now. I think I'll do that on my own time. But how's 40? Because I probably didn't even play on 40. I probably went straight to 35. But regardless, they need to have their true ability to run the football. So I think I almost have to redo that. Get a look at everybody. I think that's Derek Jackson. Easy pitch and catch. Ooh, Braylon Kendrick. That was sweet. I think my idea with the running back ability being dropped was simply I wanted to make it so maybe the jukes and spins weren't so automatic at times. But yeah, it certainly does more than that. I didn't realize the running back ability was quite that powerful. But that's a good find at least. Red at wide receiver. Could Elliott Red play wide receiver? Who's the best defensive back? That'd be Howard. Red. 6'5", 99 speed, 87 spec catch. His catching is bad, but his catch in traffic and spec catch are reasonable. I guess we'll see what this is all about then. I want to put him on the outside. Just so many routes there. Go deep. What did I miss? Well, we're in practice right now, and there have been a few things that have happened. If you are just tuning in, to recap, essentially, we lost our coordinators, but got pretty good replacements for them. What else happened? We had 2 players declare early to the draft. Michael Hurst at defensive end. And then, nope. Michael Hurst and I forget who. I think Thomas Kane at tackle. So we lost 2 players there. Nice catch. We tried to get Isaac Jones in recruiting. He was the #1 player on the board. I put in like 6,000 points. We ended up losing the recruiting battle for him by 8,000. Oregon put every single point they had into him. So we lost that one, but still won many other players. And now we're just in practice figuring out who our top running back is going to be. And I found out something with the sliders was holding back the running backs. Kind of not letting them reach their top speeds as well and everything. So also it made their moves like really bad. So I'm kind of redoing some of that. And I guess messing around with Elliott Red at receiver right now. Nice. Braylon Kendrick's solid. Oh yeah, I forgot. This game has like the ability to like slide in the pocket away from pressure. I don't really use the feature, but I feel like it's something that if I got to know, it'd be really useful. Potentially. Gotta hit at least one deep ball to Elliott. I don't know that we'll have any two-way players this season. Oh, man. The OC now is Joe Rudolph, who was previously the OC, I believe, at Northwestern. Ooh. Yep. Our new DC is Van Malone, who was the previous defensive coordinator for Houston. Neither were fired. They just had their contracts expire. Our old offensive coordinator retired. And our defensive coordinator is now the head coach at Fresno State. Alright, that was fun. Let's do some different things now. Should we give these running backs a shot again? Go back to Jim Jackson. This goes to show you how good Austin Jenkins really was. I know. Like, the sliders were a little messed up there, and he still, like, had a good year. Production went down. I do think it would have been down regardless, but maybe not quite as much. I'm glad I caught that, though. Something just felt off. Man. Was that Lonnie Johnson in deep coverage? Yeah, we're going to see more drops, I imagine, this year. There are very few high catching ratings on the team. Who's your fastest running back? I believe Merville. Merville right now would be like RB2. Jackson's doing his job if he can fall forward and break a few tackles. And right now he's doing that pretty well. Man, Derek Jackson's having some trouble here holding on to the football. In traffic, mainly. I showed sliders at the beginning. I can refresh that at the end. I just looked at them not that long ago in the playback. Nah, Jermaine Kent. Alright, so a few good things for Jackson, but I think we know what kind of back he is. We know what kind of role he's going to have, and he's probably going to play quite a bit this year. But if there's someone else that can, replace Austin Jenkins, I think that's what we're looking for. Jim Jackson doesn't do that. Let's go back to Merville. I guess one more play for Jackson. Not bad. That's a good one to close on for Jim. Excuse me? Patton Applewhite is a problem. But did anybody even try to block him on this play? Okay, no. Feels like the frame rate's dropping a little bit or something. A little choppy. I didn't know that could happen in practice. I'm gonna quit out and come back in. For a third time. The 400-pounder is Patton Applewhite, 394 pounds. Will this be the last season? I'm not sure, Aiden. I think we'll see how this year goes, and if this, change going independent and everything, and the slider updates make the game more interesting, then possibly. Or possibly it could keep going. While this loads in, I'm just going to run to the bathroom quick. Be right back, y'all. Did you guys have a good time? Good talk with the chair? All right, let's get this practice resumed again. I'm glad you're having fun, Bill. It has been a fun stream. Trying to just continue giving this series some life. That's my main goal. Oops. We are going to do another practice stream after I kind of finalize some things. And, I don't know, maybe I'll refresh the playbook. Pretty much every year I go through and try to refresh it. The chair could throw for fewer INTs, probably. Have you seen the first 4 games of this year in the Broncos series? I'm doing better. I have improved. We also hit a couple deep balls that I'm very proud of. Just about ready. How many picks have you thrown? In the first 4 games, 1. Just 1. Using your sliders in a 59 overall team builder dynasty and through a quarter, it is by far the best set I've used. Much thanks. That's awesome, Jonathan. If anyone uses it, I of course would love feedback. I have built that one just over the years, and then took a look at like the OS community set and a couple of the other sets there, and Matt 10 has helped me understand what some of these penalty sliders do, and that made it easier for me to get some important pass game tweaks and get, the separation a bit more reasonable. It's obviously not perfect, but I feel that the game's gotten a lot better and the gameplay has been smoother. How many episodes are there for the Broncos rebuild? I believe we're at 64. So shocked that a Kane team doesn't have a good running back. Well, Montrell Bonds decided he didn't want to be on the Kane team anymore. Ain't that a shame? Oh boy. Not good. About time you can make a read. Exactly. It's, taking me a while. I feel like Austin Jenkins might have been like the best athlete. One of the best athletes we've had at running back. Belafonte's up there too. But Jenkins was really good. Oh boy, Phoenix Chambers. The catch and the bounce. What now? Ooh. I kept Elliott Red at safety because if you can beat Elliott Red, you're good. All right, let's get some basic runs here. Patton Applewhite playing pretty well, it would seem. Austin Jenkins is the best running back in the series. I think you can make that argument. He caught that. Chambers caught that. I've done the impossible. I've thrown more picks than Kane in my 3rd season with first pick quarterback. I threw 22 touchdowns to 48 interceptions. Just try to get to 47 next year. Try to figure out where you're making mistakes. The quickest way to throw less interceptions, probably run the ball and hit your checkdowns and don't throw it late to the flats. Please have Applewhite tote the rock. It'll happen. These quick hitches are just impossible. Elliott Red, perhaps an Isaiah Simmons level prospect. Possibly. Thank you for the super chat, Dirk, as we get another fumble from Merville. Yeah. I mean, I wanted to play him at linebacker. It just didn't work because I think his awareness goes like to nothing at linebacker, which ultimately means he can't make a tackle for some reason. But you can certainly do a lot with him even when he's listed at safety near the box and in 3-3-5 packages. So yeah, he's certainly one of the most versatile and fun players we've had on defense in a while. No running game this year? Yeah, we'll have to see. 4 new offensive linemen, new running backs. No one really standing out quite yet. It might be a record-breaking year for Luke Irvin, which is why we really couldn't have him go pro early. And today I found out that running backs, or quarterbacks who are redshirt sophomores, will actually declare. Not every time, of course. Irvin didn't, but Lameka Warwick did. And I was shocked to see that. Thoughts on a closing pitcher road to the show series? I think that'd be pretty cool. A reliever. You could get through the season a lot quicker that way, I imagine. I don't know. I'll probably pick up the show. I will pick it up. But then I think what I'll look to do is stream. And then maybe just experiment with some different things. Because I don't know like if I want to do a full-on series this year like the Twins, or if I'd rather try to do something new. Maybe more like the Bucks series. I don't know yet. Yeah, Braylon Kendrick, he's good. Yeah, I do have some plans for Super Mega Baseball 2. Ooh, there's a good run for Robinson. I do want to refresh what I was doing on that a bit. I'm not sure if it'll be like a huge deal, but I'm probably going to give it, another shot. I enjoy the game a lot, and I was doing it a lot on the main channel, or the second channel, with the first Super Mega Baseball. Second game is better. But I haven't done quite as much with it as I was doing other series, taking a lot of time. Refusing to go down, at least. Been watching for years, probably around early 2011. That message about throwing interceptions, although true, was meant all in good fun. Love your content. I don't take it personally. I appreciate it. I don't know. I feel like I can tell when y'all are just giving me a hard time. So I don't really take it personally. I think y'all know by now that my favorite person to laugh at is myself. The spin move. The ankle breaker. He might break his own ankles if he does that again. Y'all is a very good time-saving conjunction. That the right word? Here goes Derek Jackson. Will I ever do a twin style series again? I feel like I will. It might be a different story if Kalispell was done, but as you can tell, I'm trying to give it a good, last run before the series truly ends, and that's, part of why I wanted to go independent. I think it's a good chance to give the series a bit more intrigue and to have a more fun schedule and maybe better games in year 13. I should give Vincent some chances. I mean, he earned some playing time last year, so man, there's just so much to figure out with these position battles. I think that the 3 through 7 receiver spots are wide open. Running back is wide open. Vincent. Let's go Vincent and Travis Clemens. And then in the slot, let's go... Probably don't have to go too low. We can put Derek Jackson there. At running back, let's try Marcus Mark again. What will you do for draft classes if Kalispell ends? So at that stage, what I'd probably do if Blackjack wanted, because I'd just give him full creative control over what he wanted to do. He might just choose to do it all custom, but I could just sim into the future on a separate file and give him all the info. If he still wanted players that were in the league and we knew some of them. There's always a solution. Any players so far in this practice that you think have earned a little more playing time? Maybe Patton Applewhite. Chambers, I think, has looked the most dynamic out of the new players, which was pretty much expected. At running back, I think until someone breaks out, I'm just going to go by rating. We'll see. There were a few plays before I edited that slider where Marcus Mark did pretty well. So I guess I'm really curious to what he does now. Jeffries can hit, and he wants to. It's all hit sticks from him. Why don't we go to the red zone and try some running there from like the 7. Jensen, yes, he was a 76 overall receiver. The issue with Jensen, I don't remember what it was exactly, but there were some ratings that just didn't work. He had a very strange skill set, and that's why I moved him to tight end. So Jensen, 85 speed. His athleticism fit better, I thought, at tight end. And then he had 83 catching, 63 route running. So he wasn't like a great athlete or a great route runner. So that's why I moved him to tight end. I thought his overall was overrated. Jermaine Kent. Let's switch the plays. 77 throw power. Let's try a different quarterback. Let's go to Morgan after this throw. Sears. All right, Morgan's in now. Sweet. I should do more red zone testing. Wide open. Jensen. Not bad. Couple sweet catches in this session here by Travis Clemens. Ooh, close again to scoring. Gotta avoid Applewhite, but didn't work out too well. Close with Vincent. Ooh, off the hands of J.D. Thomas. Man. All right, Travis Clemens, stock going up. Let's try a new formation. Thoughts on my Celtics, my career lineup. You got Kemba Walker, your character, Jason Tatum, Anthony Davis, and Andre Drummond. That sounds ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I think you know that. Come on, Trey. Well, I know what everybody wanted to see, and that is Patton Applewhite play a little fullback. All right. Try on the walk-on. Moss. Why not? Brian Moss. How far do I have to scroll? Patton Applewhite. Let's take him off defense and put in Allen Johnson. All right. One more play, and then Patton Applewhite's going to be playing some fullback for you. He's in there now. Trying to block. Ooh, Braylon. Patton Applewhite's going out for a route. He got it. Oh, man. Oh, come on. You got to break that tackle. Not sure what that was. Okay, the fullback dive from the 10. Let's go a little bit closer. Lead the way. Nice block by Applewhite. The flea flicker. Here? Oh, come on, Moss. We had him. We had him right there. Ooh. That was a good block by Applewhite again. Oh, I think that's a touchdown. He's not doing too bad. That's a second drop by Moss. I've never seen that on Flea Flicker before. He gets caught in an animation before he can pitch it, and he trucks through someone. Wow. Applewhite. Fullback dive. Guys, he can't catch. He's 0 for 3. Got it. Ah. There's a good run by Mark. I think there's a chance Mark gets some carries this year. Yeah, good finish at the goal line. One for 4. Applewhite at tight end, says Josh with the super chat. All right. I'm going to put Jensen as the number 1. I want to see more of him. I'll see if it lets me put him there first. I don't know that you can put defensive tackles at tight end. You can put offensive linemen, but it does limit you there, so I cannot try that. Oh, I mean, I don't mind what teams do with their retiring of jersey numbers, but personally for me, I kind of like when you just give that number, like, it's kind of like half retired almost, like you're just not going to give it out to anybody, like the number kind of stands for something. I kind of like what the Cowboys have done with the number 88. You know, I think that's cool. There's a lot of talk, like, every year, like, the Vikings should retire 84. And I'm like, yeah, they could, but I don't mind that Michael Jenkins, I guess, like, I would prefer it to be, like, top flight prospects and high draft picks wearing it, like Cordero Patterson did. But, you know, Michael Jenkins wore it. Bucky Hodges wore it. Is anybody wearing 84 right now on the Vikings? I feel like 84 is open. Let me see. Oh, Irv Smith wears 84? That's right, because that became a topic after he was drafted. For some reason, I thought Irv wore something different. But no, I mean, I don't think it takes away from what Moss did or anything. I think there are obviously some exceptions when it comes to retiring numbers that go beyond, you know, just like greats at the game or greats for a team. You know, like Jackie Robinson's 42 is retired across Major League Baseball. A lot of teams are retiring Kobe Bryant's 24. So, I mean, there are obviously different situations where I totally understand, like, why you'd want to retire a number. But retiring in other situations, I'm like, let's see if you can continue the legacy. I can't believe I forgot about Irv. Something with the Vikings on the second channel. Yeah, is it possible to win a Super Bowl with Kirk Cousins rebuild? Because he holds the team back in Madden. I found that out like last year. I was like, the Vikings always suck when you sim. Why is that? And I'm just like, okay, what if Kirk Cousins overall is better? And like immediately the sims went better for them. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I don't mind when teams retire numbers, but if I had a team, probably wouldn't retire numbers. Reddick at running back? I mean, I don't hate the idea. By the way, do we have a score yet for Roughnecks Renegades? It's scoreless. They're just underway. Can Cam Phillips score 3 touchdowns again? If you respond, I'll be surprised. Surprise, Aiden! Happy birthday. Is San Diego Surf dead? I don't know if I'll continue the series the way I was doing it earlier. I want to wrap it up somehow, but I'm not sure it'll come back in the previous form. Well, there's a fumble. Matt Reddick. We'd have a dangerous halfback pass if he were in there. I remember in this series, like, after Ja'Cory Day, people wanted me to never give out number 1 again. But isn't it cool that we've had him and Sherrod Edwards wear it? I think Reddick's acceleration is just going to be too poor for the running back position. Wow. Annihilated. Sweet. That's sick coverage by DeHonte Jeffries. He did it again. Woo! Uh-oh. Any interest in soccer? Somewhat, but I think I need to be, like, really taught by someone who knows the sport well. Oh boy. I think numbers should only be retired for like transcendent play and outstanding career accomplishments in football. I think in most cases that's what happens. Or you mean like the top 1% of the top 1%. Like maybe who's the player who is solid but, you know, won't be an all-time great, maybe a Hall of Famer like a Reggie Wayne. Do you retire 87? Blackjack? Does that pass the test? Do you retire? No. Do you retire 10? Eli. Pro Football Manager. Yeah, I think I'd have to... I might be as lost playing that as I am playing Civ. You know, like, NBA was tough enough for me to get into. You do not retire 10. NBA 2K, like, was a little complex because partially they use different terms. Like, moratorium period. Like, I don't know what that means. I'm not quite that smart, I guess. Which is basically their term for legal tampering, I guess. Like, it's the... Maybe it's not even legal tampering. It's like a negotiation period. Negotiate but not sign period. Basically legal tampering. Legal tampering is a hilarious term, by the way. That's quite the oxymoron. Caveman, thank you for the super chat. Again, love your content. We'll watch all I can for the next few months. Soon won't have much chance to. We'll be on a government vacation to someplace hot and sandy where I will build sand castles. That sounds like a good time. Sounds like a lot of fun. Oh boy. Now that I live in Texas, I actually live near an ocean. I could go to the beach. Not used to that. Sweet. I could understand not handing it out freely, but 10 shouldn't be retired. Yeah, I think that's my basic philosophy. Like, I guess even for like the 84 for Moss, I didn't really understand them giving it to Michael Jenkins. I can understand both Cordero and Irv Smith. Young, early pick playmakers. That's cool. But now when they draft Thaddeus Moss, he can't wear 84. No, I'm not sure where Moss is going to go. I'm not even sure who I want for the Vikings yet. I think I just keep thinking about Brandon Scherf as my like dream free agent target. $18 for the Colts should absolutely be retired, though. Yeah. That's just what I call it, just looking at the positives, not really a vacation. If you pretend hard enough, it can become one. Oh boy. I'm really not sure what to think of the Vikings right now because their cap situation is so bad now. It was awesome for a number of years because they didn't have dead money. They were a pretty young team, but it catches up with you eventually, especially when you have a high-paid quarterback. But it looks like right now they want to keep Everson Griffin, who opted out of his contract, which surprised me a bit. Ooh. Looks like Anthony Harris is gone. I think he'll get big money somewhere. I would predict a destination like Carolina. Especially if they lose James Bradberry. Maybe they just want to plug in another good defensive back, even at a different position. I can't wait to see what Harris gets paid, though. I think it'll be near 10 a year. I think they cut Xavier Rhodes. I don't see them cutting Riley Reif unless they make a big free agent signing. Because they're probably going to draft a guard, and you don't create a second hole at offensive line if you don't have a solution ready. You're not going to fix both in the draft. You can do better than Reef, you can do worse. But I still feel he was better than Matt Khalil. I would be stoked if they were able to get Scherf, though. Trayvon Diggs to the Vikings, though, you know I want to see that. By the way, I don't believe that there's anything to the Vikings possibly trading Diggs. That's just my feeling on it. One of the things about the Vikings that I've learned over the years is that they don't keep secrets. We hear about everything they do before it happens. We hear about everything. They don't keep secrets. Someone's in there spilling all the info. And we got nothing on Diggs except for he deleted Instagram posts, which he does every year? Come on. Diggs ain't going nowhere. I hope the Vikings trade Thielen and Diggs. You must be a Packer fan. Lions fan, thank you. We'll trade Diggs and Thielen as soon as you trade away Galladay and Marvin Jones, okay? I miss Cordero too. He should come back to Minnesota. Can't believe now he's been on 4 teams. Moss is getting better. Trade Harrison. Jeez. No. Let's not play that game. Alrighty. Solid stream today, everybody. I'll do it again this week. Do I miss Jordy Nelson? No, he was really good. Too good. I'm just glad the Packers never really had Jordy and Devontae Adams at their peak together. Thoughts on Culver's excellent regional fast food burger chain? There are some outside of like Minnesota and Wisconsin though. Fun stream. If you haven't already done so, please leave a like on the stream. But that's going to do it for the off season then. It was a fun time. I think that we still have a very strong team going into this year, but a couple questions I hope to get answered here very early in the season. Who's going to be the lead running back this year? Who's the leading rusher? I have no clue. Who's the third receiver? Probably Phoenix Chambers. Probably going to see some Derek Jackson as well and Josh Vincent. There's going to be a good competition, though, for the fourth receiver role. I mean, Colt Sully made plays last year, so you know the fourth receiver is going to get action. And then, defense. Is linebacker already sorted out? Who plays the nickel? I think we have a pretty big conversation there. But that'll do it for today, everybody. Thank you for watching. I'll have a Bucs franchise video up today. I'll also have an episode of the Broncos series tomorrow on the main channel. But that's it for now, everybody. Thank you for spending some time with me here on this Sunday, and I can't wait to do it all again soon with another practice stream. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next time.